Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Double Edge Cinema Podcast. What's up, TJ? How's it going, buddy?
What's up?
How's life for you?
Been busy.
Been busy? Same here. Same here. So, if anybody noticed, we did not do. Was it last week we were supposed to do an episode? Last week was hectic, or just busy. Busy. So we are back, and it's also Tuesday night instead of Wednesday, which I think we talked about, like, going forward. That's going to be kind of our new thing, is like Tuesday nights. So, but anyway, well, I'm glad you're doing well, buddy. I know I see you a lot, but I'm glad you're doing well. So, are you enjoying? Did you have a good weekend?
What did I do over the weekend?
We hung out. I know that was one day.
Okay, that's right. I don't even remember the weekend, dude. I feel like the weekend was. I feel like today's Friday and the weekend was 4 years ago.
I know. It's only Tuesday.
I know.
Oh my gosh. That is just like insane. But anybody tuning in, hello, and appreciate you all watching the live. If you are watching the playback, I appreciate that. And like always, please give this a like. It always helps. Thank you for watching. And I have 3 channels down below. If you're watching this on the Double Edge Cinema Podcast channel, thank you. Please go subscribe to my channel, Ryan1988, and subscribe to Scream Stream 7, TJ's channel. And if you're watching on the other channels, just go subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. So, but yes, tonight, very exciting night. We are going to be talking about the Harry Potter franchise. So, but before we get to that, got a couple of t-shirts to show off real quick that I'm really excited to have. Went to Walmart today. It was awesome. I know you're thrilled about Wicked Part 2. And so I bought a Wicked t-shirt.
I'll be honest. I saw the green and I thought it was going to be a Green Lantern T-shirt. I was like, "Oh, okay, I can get on board with that." Nah, man.
Well, this one's neat. It is a Back to the Future t-shirt.
Okay, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. So Walmart's, they got some good choices there. But also, I know myself and yourself, we both saw Black Phone 2.
We did,
and
finally, yes.
Yes. So what was your thoughts on Black Phone 2?
Okay, so I really like this movie. I think they definitely amped up the horror aspect of it compared to the first one. I don't really think the first one was so much as a horror movie as more of like a psychological thriller more than anything.
Same.
Because I didn't really find the grabber to be like scary in the first one. Although I have seen a lot of people saying that they liked the second one more than the first one. I don't believe that I do.
Okay.
The first one kept me entertained all the way through, and I felt like for the first like 45 minutes of this one, like I was really struggling to like get into it.
See, I felt, and this is me, I enjoyed this more than the first one.
Yeah, I feel like that's what most people thought.
But I also love the first movie. And I love it for what you just described it as. Like, the first one for me is like, it feels like a suspense thriller.
Yeah.
Rather than a horror movie. Like, it has aspects of a horror movie there, but I love it as a thriller. And I really love this movie as a horror movie. and I felt like it was a slasher. It kind of got into the, nightmare homage territory of Elm Street, with the grabber now being a spirit haunting people in their dreams. Um, so I love that. I love that. And I was entertained throughout. Like I, especially when it got going though. Like for me, it was just awesome, and
Yeah.
again, quite eerie. I definitely was on the edge of my seat a little bit at times, especially when you dived into the nightmare scenes that were going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved it.
Well, if the whole movie had kept the suspense that was going on in, like, the last, like, 30 minutes of the movie, I would've I mean, I did think it was a very good movie,
Yeah,
but like I said, just the first hour, like, there wasn't a whole lot really happening.
yeah, yeah. It does take a little bit to pick up. I will admit that. But I had a great time with it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing if they do anything in the future with it. It kind of ends on a nice note though. So I don't know like if they would do a third potential movie where they would go with it. I thought Ethan Hawke as the grabber was scary in this movie though.
Yeah.
Like he had some really good scary moments. And it upped the gore a little bit, it upped the scares. There's definitely some, high tension in this movie. So, but yeah, big fan of it. It's definitely going to be one of my favorite horror movies of the year by far. So, but
I don't
anyway,
I don't feel like we've maybe I'm wrong. I can't really think of any big horror movies. Well, besides we got this and we got Final Destination.
that came out this year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know we did last summer.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Hard Eyes,
Oh,
Sinners,
I
um,
forget about Hard Eyes too. I feel like that
Sinners.
was like a lifetime ago.
I feel like it was a lifetime ago too. I had to really think about it. Sinners, 28 years later. Um, if
Yeah, I
you
don't
want to
really
put,
I personally don't really think of Sinners as a horror movie. Horror
it's got more
aspects, but
thriller. It's more of a
yeah.
thriller than anything. If I had to do like a top 10 horror movie thriller list, it would be on there,
Mhm.
but it's more thriller than anything.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I feel like this whole year has been kind of a blur. So when I think about and that's a good thing too.
Yeah, for
But
sure,
I
for sure.
think when it comes to movies, it's been a blur because while I think we've had great movies, like I look back again like at like Hard Eyes or even like The Wolfman, and I'm like, that was like almost a year ago. Just to think about that. I was like,
Maybe
wow.
that's why I just feel so far away.
This feels so far because I had to think about 28 years later. I was like, that did come out. That came out in March or April,
You know.
or June. No, it was a June release. Dang. So, um, and I'm pretty sure there's other horror movies that I got to look at because we're gonna do our end of the year list for favorite movies. So,
Yeah.
but oh, we got Predator Badlands coming out, or it's
Okay.
already out. We haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet. We're gonna go
We've
see
not
it.
seen it yet. We're gonna go do a double flick this weekend. Our next episode will be Predator Badlands and Now You See Me 3.
So cool. And I'm looking forward to talking about the previous movies too, because we watched Now You See Me 1 and 2. And I feel like we're like on the same page as far as like where those movies like rank so far. Um, so I'm looking forward to that, talking about those movies. But let's get into some Harry Potter. It is our theme tonight. It is our movie topic. And we're ranking the franchise. And we're only doing the Harry Potter movies. I've left out the Fantastic Beasts movies.
I did as
Um,
well.
that's kind of its own topic for another time, maybe. But overall, I would definitely have to say that the Harry Potter franchise it's much stronger than the Fantastic Beasts movies. So
Easily. Like not even
yeah, like
not even on the same page.
yeah, there might be like maybe one Fantastic Beast movie that might be higher than my least favorite Harry Potter movie, but um
That's
like
pretty
yeah,
low.
this is probably the strongest. So okay, anyway. So, we have 8 movies to go through. Um TJ, what ranks last for you, buddy, on your Harry Potter list?
Okay, I hesitated to move this one around. I still might, but for me, I have Half-Blood Prince
Okay.
coming in dead last. And I will say, rewatching this has changed my opinion a little bit on it. But even reading the book, because I've read all these books, and my daughter actually earlier this year got on a big Harry Potter kick, so we were watching these movies on repeat. Like at any
Yeah.
given moment, these movies will be on in our living room.
Yeah.
Um, but Half-Blood Prince, I feel like just not a whole lot happening. Now rewatching them, I am reminded of some things that did happen. We had obviously Albus Dumbledore's death.
Hmm.
We had the whole Snape good guy bad guy story. We had the introduction of the Horcruxes, but I really feel like that was the main thing that this book focused on was
Yeah.
introducing us to the concept of Horcruxes, which is not a bad thing. It's still a fantastic movie, obviously, but outside of the big Dumbledore's death thing, there wasn't a whole lot that happened in this one. It was
Yeah.
really Horcruxes and Snape's backstory.
Yes. And that's why it ranks last for me too.
Cool.
So Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah.
Pretty good film. I think it gets better when I rewatch it.
Hmm.
Oh, I really only watch the movie when I watch the franchise. It's never going to be one of those like standalone movies that I
Yeah.
watch. Um, like you said, not a lot happens in this except for the things you mentioned, like Albus Dumbledore's death and Snape's storyline. Um, I feel like when I first watched this, because I really love the book, that the movie might have been like shorter, or they shifted things around, or they left things out that the book had a little bit more details with.
Yeah.
Like out of the movies, so like out of all the movies, I just felt like this one was the one that just left out a few things. Maybe I don't know. It's a pretty good film, but it's definitely my least favorite too. So coming in at number 7, what would be your next one, sir?
Alright, so I think this one is one that I'm gonna trigger a lot of people
Oh
with.
gosh, I think I know what it is.
Because I hear so many people praising this movie, and it's another movie that I just don't find that good. But it's Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
mic drop.
Okay, yeah. So in this particular movie, the only thing, yeah, yeah, I'll probably agree. The only thing I think that really happened in this movie was the introduction of the Time Turner. I
Mhm.
guess we did have our introduction to Sirius Black, which is a pretty big
Yep,
deal.
love that. Gary
Um,
Oldman.
um, and then them saving Buckbeak at the end. It just wasn't as high stakes as I thought it could have been,
Yeah.
especially considering in the last movie they fought a freaking basilisk and Tom Riddle.
Yeah.
So going from that to turning back time and freeing a hippogriff
Mhm.
just wasn't really as big of a deal to me.
Yeah. Well, that one is not my least. That one's higher on my list. But Bronson Wright Wolf, how are you? Says I think Chamber of Secrets is the most underrated Harry Potter film. I think Goblet of Fire is the darkest. I agree, and I agree. So, um,
What do
my
you
second, you what?
what do you mean by the darkest?
I think what they're talking about is. Oh, here we go.
Oh, well, okay.
Okay, let me read this. So Goblet of Fire was the very first PG-13 Harry Potter film. The first 3 were all PG. Order of the Phoenix was PG-13. Half-Blood Prince. I did not know this was PG. Wow. And Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 are both PG-13. Interesting. I did not know that about Half-Blood Prince. I thought it was PG-13. That's
Well, I
cool.
think it's because in all of the films you named are the ones where people actually die,
Yeah. Well,
if you think about it.
Half-Blood Prince, Albus Dumbledore died.
Yeah, Dumbledore dies, I guess, but not in
But it
like a
wasn't.
it
Yeah.
wasn't like a violent, like combat-esque
I
death.
think, yeah. I think Goblet of Fire was the first time though, like where it got like super serious. Like we were
Mhm.
like getting into territory where now we have Voldemort back, and he's creepy and dark in that movie and just scary. So I think that's, in my interpretation, why I think Goblet of Fire is definitely one of the most darkest ones. So,
Yeah,
but
I can
yeah,
agree with that. So what
so
is your seventh?
seventh least, my ranking in at number 7 for me is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. So, yeah.
Mm.
Um, again, I think this one is like leaps and bounds over uh Half-Blood Prince. For me, it is a great story. Obviously, it's split overall. Part 1 and part 2 are, it's a great story. But this first half for me, the reason why it ranks low is it, for me, there could be times where it drags a little bit, and it's just not one of those Harry Potter movies that I'm invested in compared to the other films. Like part 2, you'll find out where part 2 ranks. Deathly Hallows Part 2. Um, Part 1 is just like the introduction of this,
Yeah,
split into 2 parts movies. I really enjoy the film though. I saw it in theaters opening night. I remember when the movie ended, I just wanted more. I was like, this is what we got to wait for. We have to wait longer for part 2. Um, and again, I try not to mention the books too much, but I really also love the book, and I feel like part 1 and part 2 as a whole did such a great job as a film adaptation from that book. So
I think it's really just because they had more runtime. I
yeah,
mean, bottom
more
line, I
runtime.
mean, you're
Yeah,
talking like together, it's like a 5-6 hour movie compared to like the 2 hour movies the rest of them
yeah.
have. So,
But and what I do love about this is the first time you're seeing our main 3 characters kind of like have like moments where not against each other, but they're fighting and things are going on, and the franchise has gotten to this dark place where now we have Albus Dumbledore gone. Hogwarts is being under or controlled by, you know, um
in theaters.
Voldemort. Yeah, yeah. So it's just it's a different, darker place for these characters. So much more serious. And you're seeing these characters, they've grown from these children to now these young adults. And so yeah, I still really enjoy this movie a lot. Um Bronson Wright Wolf says you can answer this question anytime during the live stream. Do you guys have any thoughts on the night bus scene in the third movie? I do. I love it. So
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't have any like negative connotations. It's not something that I'm like, oh, the bus scene, but I don't think it I have any like negative
well,
concepts for it.
I'll talk a little bit of it when I get to it, but it does have a different atmosphere than the first 2 movies, which
Mhm.
I actually like the atmosphere. So, all right, TJ, what ranks in at number 6 for you, sir?
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
coming in low.
Coming in low, low, low. Talk
But
about it,
really,
sir.
for me, I think the only reason this movie is so low is just because it's such an old movie now. And then of course, you had the big time gap between like 2 and 3, like
Yeah.
filming and everything. So it kind of makes 1 and 2 just feel like it came from almost like a different era,
Time.
I guess, or
Yeah.
time period. Yeah. Um, I mean, this movie's obviously great. This movie was the introduction to the world. Also, fun fact: this was also my first date that I ever went on when I was in
Ooh.
4th grade. Yeah, so this again it's just the young naivety of it all.
Mhm.
Obviously, it gets kudos for being the introduction, but it wasn't as serious. It was just kind of the introduction. We got to see the magical forest. We got to see Voldemort drinking the unicorn blood, which was cool.
Yeah.
Uh, Professor Quirrell was kind of meh, but also this is probably iconically the most like quoted movie, like out of all of them. If you think about it, like
Mhm.
you have like there's a troll in the dungeon and poor quivering Professor Quirrell, stuff
Well,
like that. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, awesome. Yeah, well, we'll talk about it. I'll talk about it a little bit when I get to it.
Mm.
But, it's so crazy, like, the first 2 movies, you were talking about how, like, they just seem so different compared to, like, the 3rd
Mhm.
one and then beyond that. Like, the first 2 movies were the only no, I can't say that. David Yates directed a lot of them, but Chris Columbus directed Harry Potter 1 and 2, and then he departed the franchise, so that's why the 3rd one just feels so different, or that's why the franchise just feels different because Chris Columbus has a certain feel and atmosphere that a lot of his movies have. So, um, Bronson Wright Wolf says the first film is the only Harry Potter film not to have a stylized version of the Warner Brothers logo. I read that on IMDb. Interesting.
Interesting.
Awesome.
I do remember that being like something I would look for in movies was like because every one had a different like WB logo.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Thinking about that. That does
Mhm.
yes. Very true. Okay, so after my 2 least favorite movies, 6 and up, these are all movies I love. So
Mhm.
it's hard to rank these movies where I rank them. But coming in 6th place is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Okay.
So, yes, it does rank number 6, but again, I rank 6 and beyond that are movies I love. I absolutely love them. And this was the first Harry Potter movie I saw in theaters. So I saw Harry Potter 1 when it came out on DVD, but I loved the first one so much that I was like, okay, I cannot wait for part 2. I remember seeing the trailer for it. My dad took me to the movies to see this movie and absolutely loved it. Um, I think compared to the first one, like we're talking about the first 2 movies and Chris Columbus directing the films, the first one is obviously still my favorite over the first 2 films. However, I like that this one took a much darker path. Um, Obviously, with the idea of like the snake and the Chamber of Secrets, and this was the first time we were seeing the characters like in actual danger. Like I don't know, it's terrifying. It's scary thinking about it now as an adult. When you rewatch these movies, to see some of these characters be so terrified that they're like frozen is quite eerie. Or like Neville's the cat, like hanging on the wall, and like
Mhm.
the blood or paint is like written on the wall. Chamber of Secrets. Like yeah, we were diving into some more scary territory here,
You
and
also had wizard racism
yeah, you had that. You did have that.
with the mudbloods.
Yep, the Mudbloods. You were also introduced to one of my favorite characters, Dalby. Um, so yeah, I still remember. It feels like it doesn't feel like yesterday, but it doesn't feel like this movie's 20 plus years old. Because like I still remember seeing this movie very vividly in theaters and really loving it and falling in love with these characters. So
Mhm.
such a great movie.
For sure.
Great movie. So but sir, up next, what ranks in your top? What ranks number 5 for you?
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Bam. Okay, talk
For
about it, sir.
for many of the reasons that you stated,
Okay.
it's the first movie where it started to get really dark. I mean, obviously, it was the second movie. I just dropped food.
Yeah.
Um, the only con I think I really have of this movie is Gilderoy Lockhart. I
Mhm.
absolutely like hated him. He was the celebrity book signer guy that
Yeah,
became the
Kenneth
Brookhart Pager.
Rodden's character. Yes, yes.
Excuse me. I
There you
absolutely
go.
hated his character so bad.
Yeah.
Um, but I really enjoyed the mystery of the journal. Then the shock of finding out that Ginny had it.
Mhm.
The learning about Moaning Myrtle's death. Why Harry can speak Parcel Tongue.
Yeah.
Obviously, the fight with the basilisk. learning more about Tom Riddle. I mean, there was just so much to unpack in this movie for how early in the franchise it was introduced. I just
Yeah.
really loved it.
And they were very faithful overall to
Mhm.
the book. Like this was, I remember reading the book and then watching the movie and thinking, wow, this super faithful to it. I have other memories with this. Like I love the flying car scenes, obviously. Like that stuff was great. And to see it back then, like on a big screen, was just so much fun. Like the effects were great then. And yeah, just love it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bronson. Right, Wolf says Chamber of Secrets is the only Harry Potter film to have a post-credit scene which features Gilderoy Lockhart. I do remember that, and that's interesting because
I don't
I
know if I
never
do.
have you seen it?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I do remember that scene
What happened? Is it just him, like, for not
coming out.
remembering who he is?
I think he's like coming out of like the Chamber of Secrets. I could be wrong. Maybe I haven't seen it.
Hmm. We're gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. If I've never seen this is like 20 plus years of me never
Mhm.
seeing this, and I've seen this countless times.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, so anyway, but okay, coming in at number 5 for me is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So
Okay.
again, we're talking about movies that I love now.
Mhm.
This was one of the rare times I did not see a Harry Potter movie in theaters. I feel like if I would have,
Blasphemy.
I know. Where was I in time? In time, I was living in Arkansas, and like the closest theater we had was like 45 minutes away, middle of nowhere. And yeah, I just didn't get to see it. But did see it when it came out on Blu-ray or DVD, and really enjoyed it the first time, but it's grown on me so much over the years. This was, talking about the books again. Um, this was the first time I was really getting like intrigued with the books. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna go read the other books, and then I bought this book, and I was so excited when it came out. Loved the book. Immediately loved the book. And then over time with the movie, I've grown to really love it. So, um, again, we're diving into, this series was getting much darker. Sirius Black being killed off. One of my favorite characters that you're not supposed to like was introduced to this, and this is Helen Bonham Carter's character.
What?
Um, I still remember watching this movie, like every time I watch it, and you have the moments. She's so mean and evil, but when she kills Sirius Black, and she's running around saying, "I killed Sirius Black," and Harry's chasing her, like, oh, it just gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. But um, yeah, I again love the movie now. It took a little bit for me to warm up to it. Um, but it's a great one. I think if I would have saw this movie in theaters, it would have had a much bigger impact on me. But love the story overall. Again, the cast is great, and these movies were definitely much darker now compared to the earlier films. Okay, so Bronson Wright Wolf says the first film is the only film not to feature Arthur Weasley. The fourth film is the only film not to feature Molly Weasley. Okay. Did not know that. I have to go back and look at these.
How did they
Okay.
get to school in the fourth one?
How do they get to the school?
In Goblet of Fire.
Did we even see them go to the
The
school?
first one was the bus.
Yeah.
The second one was it Flu Powder?
Yeah. It was
Oh,
the
it was the Portkey. It was the Portkey, and they went to the Quidditch Cup.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
it. Yes, that's it. I remember it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
'Cause I remember every introduction of how he gets to school, plays some kind of major role in the film later on. I don't know if
yes,
you ever noticed that. Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah, I need to. I mean, I know where these movies rank for me, but I need to go back and rewatch them. I've been in the
for
mood to
sure.
rewatch them. Dan. Oh, and then let's see. Bronson says Daniel Radcliffe earned a total of $111 million for the whole Harry Potter franchise. Awesome.
I feel like
All
it
right.
should be more, but I
I
don't
think
know.
so too. I think so
Yeah.
too.
I bet he's still, like, killing it off
Yes.
residuals alone.
Oh, for
Just
sure.
killing it, surely.
Yes, I would
Uh,
agree.
so my number 4, this is another one that I think is gonna be a little controversial because I feel like this movie is so overhyped. But I mean, rightfully so. It's a fantastic movie. But for me, I've got Goblet of Fire at number 4.
So part 1?
No, Goblet of Fire.
Oh, Goblet of Fire. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
yeah,
I'm
the tournament. The
okay,
tournament.
yes. Okay, okay, okay.
I
Well,
mean, the ante definitely gets upped up, and this is a very fun movie. I think the only reason that I rank, I don't know, because I mean, we've only got a handful left. I think the only reason that I do rank it towards the middle and not towards the top is just because when it came out, I don't know why, but like I don't know if it was HBO or what had the rights to it, and I feel like every time I turned the TV on, it was on. Anytime they had a movie day at school, it was this movie, and it just got so overplayed that it was
it
the
just kinda
abused
fell
dog. I
apart.
just got tired of watching it. But it's fantastic movie. I mean, this is the return of Voldemort. Literally, you got the death
Scary.
of Cedric Diggory, whatever his last name is.
Yep.
You've got, I mean, the Triwizard Tournament. Harry Potter, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Oh, that's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, you'll see where I rank it.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming in at number 4 for me, is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So, number 4 for me. I know this one is a lot of people's, like, favorite one. Like,
Mhm.
this one is people rank this as the best. Obviously, I love the movie. I remember seeing this movie in theaters. I remember we waited outside in line for this movie. And we walked into the theater and it was like a full crowded theater. Um, Highlights for me. There's really not a lot of negatives for me. I would say, I don't even know if it's a negative. I feel like that. So we had the first 3 movies at this time. Uh, the directing compared to the first 2 movies, probably not my favorite. Like, it was just kind of like this. Maybe that was the style that the director was going for. It just felt different. Um, so I don't know. I don't know if that's negative because I do love the film. Um, Lots of positives though. Gary Oldman, we were introduced to as Sirius Black. Love him in this role.
Mhm.
He's great. Albus Dumbledore. This was the recasting of Albus Dumbledore because Richard Harris passed away. I'll say this: like, I love the actor who carried on to play Albus Dumbledore, but I really loved Richard Harris's portrayal of Albus Dumbledore. Like, he really captured those first 2 movies and that character. Um so what else? This was the first time we were kind of diving into it. Wasn't like super dark like Goblet of Fire, but it was definitely going into, some dark territory with the werewolves, and you have that third act where they're in the house and they find
Peter Pettigrew.
yes. Yes. So all of this stuff going on. So it was starting to get darker. You have like you think that the bird is dead. Is it Hedwig? Hedwig.
Hawks. Oh, you talking about the owl or you talking about the phoenix?
The owl. The owl.
Okay.
Where like you think like the owl died and you're like, so it was going into darker territory. We were getting into darker territory with this movie. Um but yeah, I love it. I love the film. The bus scene. One of my favorite scenes in the film. I love the bus scene.
A fun
Uh,
scene for sure.
it is a fun scene, and I thought they did such a great job with it. And again, not really a con, but the directing isn't as strong overall compared to what Chris Columbus did with the first 2 movies. Still great directing, but this is when we were diving into another director carrying on the franchise. So, but yes, Prisoner of Azkaban, love it. Funny, suspenseful, entertaining. Love the characters. The look was even changing for them because the actors were getting older. So like Hermione's hairstyle was different. Their just style was different in this movie. So it felt different, and I definitely love it.
This was the movie where I started to notice the attractiveness of Emma Watson.
Hermione Granger, Emma Watson. So, let's see. So, it says Bronson says, I think the second and third books are Radcliffe's favorite books. The sixth film is his least favorite because he was drinking alcohol at the time and didn't like his performance in the movie. Okay, did not know that. So, but yeah, so you have a big crush on Miss Emma Watson, sir.
Who doesn't?
Well, we would be besties. We'd be BFFs.
So what do you have for number 3?
So what's your third favorite?
So my third favorite, and I really struggled with this one, because we pretty much have Deathly Hallows and Order of the Phoenix left, pretty much for me. Deathly Hallows 1 and 2 and Order of the Phoenix. I think I ultimately had to vote Order of the Phoenix as my number 3rd.
Okay. Cool.
I love, like, for the longest time, this was probably my favorite book. I still think it might be my favorite book. But as far as the movie goes, like, this is the first movie where from the get-go, like, we're in full war with Voldemort. Like, the world doesn't know yet. It's at the end of this movie. Like, we're in full get-go. Like, they all come to Harry's house. Is it this one that they drink the Polyjuice potion?
Yes.
Yeah.
One. Yep. Oh, yeah, that was cool. I love that.
Yeah, they drink the Polyjuice potion. They're full on, like, they know Harry's being hunted. People are dying left and right. Like, just from the get-go, this movie's going. Or no, that's not this one. This one's the introduction of.
What's that one then? No,
this one was the introduction.
They drank the Polyjuice potion.
Yeah, okay. It is this one. It's the introduction for the Order of the Phoenix. Yeah, because they drink the Polyjuice potion and then they fly to the hidden house area.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, but just throughout the whole movie, I felt like it was just action. You learn about the horse creatures that you can only see once you've seen death, because Harry had watched Cedric die. That's when he first started, like, training everybody to fight for the Order of the Phoenix, unbeknownst to him. It's where everything really kind of just took off. And then, of course, at the end, you had the final battle in the Ministry of Magic with Harry and Voldemort fighting Dumbledore. You had Sirius Black getting killed. Like, there was just so much going on in this movie. I just love it.
Yeah. Like I said, that one's growing on me a lot. Let's see. Bronson says, and I love these facts because I don't know any of this. Daniel Radcliffe went through 160 pairs of Harry Potter glasses while making the films. That's crazy. Prisoner of Azkaban, Bronson says, Prisoner of Azkaban was the last Harry Potter film to be released on VHS. Yeah, they were kind of going more into the DVD, like they were kind of swindling or kind of getting rid of the VHS during this time, the format, which is making an awesome comeback. I love that. Bronson says, Prisoner of Azkaban and Half-Blood Prince are the only films not to feature Voldemort. Although Voldemort is seen in the flashback in the sixth film. Cool. It's been a long time since I've watched these, but was he not in the sixth movie? I thought he was in the sixth movie.
And Half-Blood Prince?
Half-Blood Prince, wasn't he? Yeah, he was in the sixth movie. Do you remember? What was the one where, maybe it's the fifth one, where like you have like the person like floating on the long table and the snake winds up eating them? What was that one? I thought that was Half-Blood Prince.
I think it's
What is
Deathly
that?
Hallows. It's Deathly Hallows Part One.
Is it really? Okay.
Mhm.
You know. So he's not in that one. Okay. And then Bronson says the Dursleys weren't in the fourth film because the actors who played the Dursleys wanted more money. I would say that was probably the case of the sixth film as well. Okay. Cool. All right. So coming in third place for me, and has my English accent, by the way. Is it kind of nice? A little cheesy?
Wonderful,
Is
wonderful,
it
Justin.
wonderful? Is it wonderful? Um, Probably not very good, but I'm gonna continue on with it. We have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So this one ranks high for me.
Yeah,
I love the film. It like it gets me in the good old fall feels. And also like December feels because it has like Christmas moment in it.
yeah.
But I love watching these movies around this time of the year. It's my favorite time to watch them. But yes, I remember reading the book. We read this book in middle school, and then I read it on my own afterwards. And I thought they did such a great job with it. I feel like this is definitely the most faithful adaptation of the books. And again, Chris Columbus did such a great job directing the film. I loved, obviously his movies like Home Alone and Home Alone 2. So, like, he's been a big part of my childhood. And really, really loved the film. This was the introduction to these characters. They were kids in this. It's amazing throughout this journey of films, how they went from kids to young adults. But our three main characters, they did such a great job. Actors did such a great job. Love the look of the film, love the style, love the set pieces. For me, this is just, I don't know if I would say it's perfect. If not, it's very close to being perfect. I would say it's very close because the only downfall for me with this movie is the actor who sort of played Voldemort at the end of the movie. Like,
Mhm.
he's not intimidating. It's not scary. When you dive into the Ralph Fiennes, who would go on to play Voldemort, like, he is terrifying as that character. So it's close to being perfect. It's close. Again, Richard Harris, love him as Albus Dumbledore. Maggie Smith, rest in peace to her as well. She was great. Yeah, just love the movie. And it was the introduction to all this wonderful magical stuff that we would get. Like, I loved, when you first see Hogwarts and you see the castle, and it's also got a good Halloween feel to it because it takes place during Halloween. So there's just so much to this movie I love. So Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and I love Hagrid. And rest in peace to that actor. Like, they're all
Yeah.
dying. It's so sad. These are like our childhood, actors that we grew up with. Like, these are just people that we watched throughout these films, and it's so
Did
sad.
the second actor for Dumbledore die?
Yeah.
He did. So both
No,
Dumbledores are
did he
dead.
die? No,
I don't know if
I
the
don't think
second one
he
did.
died.
I know the first one did, obviously.
Maybe he did.
Then
I'm gonna look
McGonagall's
that up.
dead. Snape's dead. Hagrid's dead.
I'm gonna look this up. Harry Potter. Did he die? Maybe he did. Harry Potter movies. Let's look this up. I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, you're good.
Alan Rickman, Professor
Yeah.
Snape.
Yeah, so
Oh
Snape is definitely
gosh,
good.
gosh, we've lost so many. Let's see who's the
While
actor.
you're looking that up, I'm gonna go ahead and dive into my next one.
Yep, going to the.
So for me, I kind of have to put my 1 and 2 together.
By the way, both the Albus Dumbledores have died. Rest in peace
Okay.
to them both. So sad.
I figured he had to have been.
Yeah.
I mean, he was kind of up there.
Yeah.
When the movie shot,
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, the Deathly Hallows movie, I kind of have to bundle them together as one. If I separated them, I probably would put Deathly Hallows Part 1 lower. But I find, because it's just the whole of a story, I find it hard to split them up. And I mean, Deathly Hallows Part 2 was just so good. Just so
It
good.
is so good. So
Just
good.
nonstop action. Every character got a piece. I just loved every bit of it. I loved seeing the twist of Harry being a Horcrux,
Yep.
which I was really curious how that was gonna like portray on the big screen versus how I read it in the book.
Yeah.
And I remember when this book came out. I went and picked it up on the way to see Half Blood Prince. Like
Hmm.
I literally went to Walmart and then drove to the movie theater.
Awesome.
And uh, I remember I was like, okay, I'm gonna read 100 pages a day because this is the last book and I want it to last.
Yeah.
I ended up reading that book in 2 days because I could not put it down.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I loved it so much. Um, but yeah, just the final fight. Uh, I mean, you had your deaths, the twin. You
Hmm.
had Molly going off and going after Bellatrix. You had just so much.
Yes.
To me, this is probably one of those rare perfect films.
Agreed. I love it. Yeah. We'll talk a little bit more. I
Yeah.
got some stuff to say about it too, but I love that movie. Um, I just yeah. Okay. We'll talk about it in a second because I know where I rank it too. Um, Coming in second place for me is Goblet of Fire. So, I remember you were talking about how a lot of people rank this movie so high. I remember seeing this movie and then I went to go see a film with a group of friends and there was one guy that like I just met and we're sitting down in the theater and maybe they played a trailer for Order of the Phoenix, I can't remember, but we were talking about Harry Potter movies and I remember saying, "Oh, I love Goblet of Fire." And he looked at me, he's like, "That is the worst one of the movies." And I'm like, "What?" So I felt like this movie was like a lot like a mixed bag compared to a lot of the other movies. Like I felt like this
Mhm.
was like that movie that ranked a little lower for a lot of people. Um, but I love it. Again, saw this in theaters. Um, we're diving into again. This is I don't know if it's the darkest movie in my opinion in the franchise, but it certainly is one of them.
Yeah.
And, that 3rd act still gives me chills, like, when Voldemort, like, is reborn, so creepy. Again,
Mhm.
Ralph Fiennes did such a great job in this role, um, so good in it. I love the idea of this competition that's going on, all these different trials that they had to go through, uh, you know if I'd say my only small con with this is that I feel like and I think we could say this a lot with a lot of book to movie adaptations, is I feel like the book had a little bit more to it that the movie left out.
Mhm.
But overall, I love it. I love it. We're now diving into these actors who are now going into like their teenage years and they had feelings for each other and loves and um, yeah, just love this movie so much. And then I love, of course, the Quidditch match at the beginning of the movie. Like that was so cool. And yeah, I'm a big fan of this movie. Definitely one of my go-to Harry Potter movies. And yeah, absolutely love it. Love it, love it.
Are you a fan of Victor Crumb?
Victor Crumb. I am.
Have you seen him recently?
No, I have not. Holy blazing, sir.
Yeah, he's massive, like
He is
tatted out. Yeah,
massive.
he's a
Oh, I
unit. Oh,
oh yeah, I had a crush on him for
yeah,
sure when I
he's a
saw this
unit.
movie. And I mean, he's a babe now. So, but yeah, he is for sure. I was like, Emma Watson, move over. Let me dance with him, okay? So, yes, that was me. That was my middle school years or high school years, one of those.
So that puts Deathly Hallows Part 2 as your number 1 then.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, you could really put 1 and 2 together. You
Yeah.
can. But if I'm splitting them up, Deathly Hallows Part 2 is my favorite.
It's
Um,
like I said, it's one of those, like, few, like, perfect movies. Like, I don't think there's anything I would change about it.
I would not change anything about this,
Well,
and I'm gonna say this right now. I don't like to use this word a lot when it comes to movies. This is a masterpiece.
you know.
It's a masterpiece. It is, like you said, you would not change anything about this movie. I love this movie so much. We were seeing like deaths like really happen in this movie. People were dying off. These characters that
Left
we
and
grew
right.
left and right.
Yes.
That we just loved. We loved. Whether you were watching the movies growing up or you were reading the books, like you loved them.
You
Especially the
also I'm
act.
trying to think of who all died in the like uh
You had one of the twins die.
you had Mad Eye, you had one of the twins, you had
Mhm.
Ramus, Lupin,
Snape.
Tonks, Snape, yeah. There's so
Yeah.
many.
There's so many. And then of course that final act, that showdown between Harry and Dumbledore. Not Harry and Dumbledore, or jeez Louise. Harry and Voldemort. Um, was just so good. And then how everybody kind of came together to take down Voldemort. Like, oh, I love this so much. Again, I would
I
not
will
change
say
it.
though, I will say in the final film, whenever Harry shows up and they all kind of spur to like take his back or whatever,
Yeah.
and McGonagall's like, "All right, everybody, escort Slytherin to the dungeon." Like surely not every one of them was bad. Like that's kind of wild.
It was wild. Yeah, because some of them were like, under the influence of some of the others. So,
Um,
but yeah, it's perfect. And then I love the ending of it. Like you love like they're in this happy place, you see them as adults having their own kids. But like, when those final credits begin, like I got emotional when I watched it the first time because I was like, I know I can go back and rewatch these movies anytime. But like the first time you see it, you're seeing these actors that we grew up watching on, in these movies now as adults. And you're seeing we're saying goodbye to these characters. Like it was so emotional. Um but it was one of my favorite I think it came out no
conclusions, yeah.
yeah, it was one of my favorite conclusions. And again, it's in my eyes a masterpiece. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
But
So
Bron
I do have a couple other things. You can go ahead. I've got a couple
okay.
other things I want to talk about Harry Potter
Yeah.
related.
Yeah, of course. Bronson says Daniel Radcliffe found out he got the part of Harry Potter while taking a bubble bath. Okay. And then Bronson also says a full game of Quidditch is not featured at Hogwarts in 4, 5, and both parts of the seventh movie.
I
Oh,
love hearing stories like
I did too.
him taking a bubble bath when he got the call. Like it's just hilarious to
Can you
me.
imagine that? Like,
Yeah,
you're
it
just
makes me think. Like my favorite one is Henry Cavill when he got the role for Superman,
yeah. Oh,
and when Snyder called him, he missed the call because
oh
he was
gosh,
doing a raid on World of Warcraft, and it's hilarious.
that is so funny. So
Yeah,
funny.
or like
Okay, so
Tom Holland found out he got the role of Spider-Man on like Instagram or something like that. Like
really?
yeah, like Marvel posted about it before they even told him he got the part.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Wow,
it's
those
funny.
are like amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That was so cool. I mean, those are just like memories these actors are gonna have forever. Okay, so what did you want to say? Because I got a few things to say too, but you go
Okay.
first.
Um, First one, how do you feel about the TV show coming out?
Not really into it.
I'm
It's
gonna give it a shot,
I'm gonna give it a shot. Yes, of course.
but
Gonna give it a shot.
I have very low hopes because just as a whole, this series is so uh, iconic and so important.
Yeah,
And I just think, like, I'm not opposed to a reboot of Harry Potter eventually. I just still think it's too soon because these
I think it's
movies
too soon.
still hold up. They're so good.
Yes,
I
agreed.
just worry that it's too soon.
I think it's too soon.
Yeah.
Like you said, these movies hold up. They're still fresh for a lot of people. I mean, you have people, younger audiences, kids watching these movies for the first time and falling in love with them. Like we fell in love with them when we were watching them in
Yeah.
theaters. So, yeah, I think it's too soon. I think it is too soon. I don't know how people are going to respond to it because it's too soon, because there is a diehard fan base for the movies. If they would wait a little longer, it might be different. But I also think, on the positive note, that if kids have not seen these movies yet, and this is going to be their first dive into the Harry Potter world, it might be good for them because they'll be like, oh, this is the show that I grew up with. So, of course, I would want to introduce, if I ever have kids, my kids to the movies. But, this could be like a first time for an audience that has never
Mhm.
seen anything Harry Potter before.
I can't remember what the other thing I was gonna talk about.
I ramble way too
Mhm.
much.
You're good. I just forgot, honestly.
You'll remember it. I know you will.
Right.
Let's see. Bronson says, my 10 Harry Potter characters are Dolby, Gilderoy Lockhart, Professor Lupin, Hagrid, Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, Harry Potter, Professor McGonagall, and Albus Dumbledore number 2,
What up?
and Snape number 1. Very cool. I
Yeah.
could not think of it.
Hot takes. Gilderoy
Yeah.
Lockhart made the list, but Ron Weasley didn't. Is wild.
No, Ron Weasley did. Number 6.
Oh, he was number 6. Okay, I oversaw that. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
But Gilderoy over Dobby is wild as well. Dobby's like
That
top 5
is
for sure.
for sure. Oh my gosh, I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you a moment that's made. I mean, I feel like I'm a crier. I'm not gonna lie. But like when I think of an emotional moment in a movie is when Dolby died. Like I bawled my eyes out, and I still cry. I still get emotional when he dies.
Here's a hot take.
Okay. Oh no.
My guess who my favorite character is?
Who?
Voldemort.
You bad boy. You bad boy. You.
Voldemort
Um,
is mi numero uno.
I'd probably say Albus is my favorite. I don't know. I don't know who would be my favorite, to be honest. It's so hard. Maybe Harry Potter, typical answer, but I don't know what my top 10 would. I have to think about that.
Yeah, I would have to put
What?
thought into that. I could do like top 4 real quick, but top 10 would be some time consuming.
Yeah.
Top 4, I would go Voldemort, Dumbledore, McGonagall, and then probably Harry.
Top 4 for me: Albus Dumbledore, Voldemort, Harry, and Hermione.
Hermione.
Hermione. Okay.
Lily called her Mihiny for the first like year of her life, 2 years.
Me tiny. Me
Mihiny.
tiny.
Yeah.
I bet that was awesome to like revisit those movies with Lily, watching them for the first time.
And the fact, not only that, but the fact that she enjoyed them so much, because these,
That's awesome.
like literally, this is probably one of the most important franchises to me, like of my childhood. I absolutely love Harry Potter.
Me
So
too.
just her finding the joy that I found, maybe not necessarily in the sense that I found it, but the fact that she did find it, I just love that.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I love that like more audiences who have never seen these movies are watching these for the first time with fresh eyes and loving them like we did when we first saw them. Like my favorite moments watching these films growing up was, we'd get like the teaser trailers, and like a year later, we would get the next Harry Potter movie or the next couple years, and it was a big event when these movies were coming out. The only ones I didn't see in theaters were Order of the Phoenix and Sorcerer's Stone. I saw every other movie in theaters. And or no, I didn't see Half-Blood Prince.
I watched every one of them in theaters.
See, that's awesome.
I
don't know where I was at time in my life with some of them, but why I didn't see certain ones in theaters. But overall, I saw these in theaters, and they were big events, big events. Even the books, like when a new Harry Potter book would come out, I was so excited. Like when I started reading the books, I was like, yes, ready for the next one. So it was a huge event, and I would go that weekend that they would get released. I'd go and I'd buy the book and I'd go read it. So, um, and I wasn't a big reader before I read these books.
Mhm.
So yeah, I really love it. Bronson says a few honorable mentions. For Harry Potter characters, Jenny Weasley, Neville Longbottom, Moaning Myrtle. Oh, I remember Moaning Myrtle. George Weasley and Fred Weasley. I love the Weasleys. I love them in general. Such great characters.
For sure,
So,
for sure.
do you have any favorite moments in the franchise? Any favorite scenes
Yeah.
that stand out for you?
I mean, there's a ton. I mean, all the quotable ones for sure.
Yeah.
All the fight scenes. There's so many like memes and quotes you can do from this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you got not it's you that has to go on, not me, not Hermione, you.
You. Oh, that was a good moment. Yes.
Uh, Dumbledore talking about the jelly beans, and he pops one, and he's like, "Earwax."
You.
Like, there's so many of them.
Do you remember like the jelly beans came out? I interrupted you, sorry, but those
No,
when
you're
those
good.
jelly beans came out, how like you can actually buy the jelly beans in the stores and we would taste
Mhm.
them and they would taste exactly like they were supposed to in the movies. So very cool. Very cool. Um let's see. Dishonorable mentions. Lucius Malfoy, Mad Eye Moody, Bellatrix Lestrange, Draco Malfoy, and Tom Marvel Riddle, aka
Voldemort.
Voldemort. Cool.
Excuse me.
So, but did
Um,
you think about?
do you ever hear of the Bean Boozle challenge?
Yes, I've not done
Okay,
it.
I did one for a stream once.
Oh gosh!
I literally vomited probably 6 times, like, in, like, a 5-minute period. It was awful.
Wow.
I kept like, I was doing it, like, if you donated while I was playing, I would eat a bean.
Uh
And Tracy hopped in, Tracy that we work
huh.
with, and
Yeah.
I literally it didn't matter what the donation, I would just do it, and she was
Yeah.
donating, like, 25 cents at a time, and I was like, "Look, I'm not eating another one of these for a quarter, like, that's just not enough." But I kept getting one that was Band-Aid flavor,
Ew.
dude, and it just after, like, the 3rd one, just
Ew.
yeah, I had a bucket, and I was just into the bucket, it was bad.
Ugh. Did
Nightmares,
you
nightmares.
did you ever get a good flavor in those
Yeah,
things?
there was a couple good flavors, for sure.
Yeah. I remember I worked at Family Video at the time when they came out,
Mhm.
and they were a big seller. Like people would buy them,
I don't
and
know
like
why.
we'd because they
I
wanted
wouldn't
to
eat
play
them
the
by
game.
choice. Yeah, I wouldn't eat them by choice.
They wanted to play the game. They were like, "Ooh, which one are we gonna get?" So the closest I came to anything that like just like almost made me like throw up was when do they still do it every October? Skittles had a thing where you know what I'm talking about.
Zombie Skittles.
Yes, and Lewis laughs every time because we talk about it.
Mhm.
How when we got the bag of Skittles, we're both sitting up here in this movie room and we're watching a movie and we taste the Skittles and he first got the nasty ones and he would like go like right after he took a bite, went to the trash can, spit it out. And I remember I got one and I was like, okay, not bad. I was like, is this the nasty one? Is this what I'm supposed to taste? So the very next one, this is the one that I got the horrible one. And I
Yeah.
remember he what?
Nothing. I was
Oh,
just
I remember like taking a bite of it and I was like, okay, not bad. And then it hit me and I ran straight to that trash
yeah.
can. I was like, never again will I do this. So I've never done that. I never did the Bean Boozle, but yeah, that was enough for me.
Yeah, those zombie Skittles was rough. I bought them at like an Ollie's, I think it was, or something like a aftermarket sale or whatever for like
Yeah.
cheap. Because I was like, I mean, I like Skittles. I was like, oh, I've never tried this kind. And I did not expect the. I thought the zombie one would just be like one that was like green in the middle or something. I didn't
Yeah.
think it'd be gross.
Did
Yeah,
you
it was pretty foul.
I gotta tell you, did you ever like with those like just put like a handful in your mouth and just go
Mm-mm, no, That
I'm
was
glad
like a
you
1 or 2 at a time, dude. You're not fisting those.
didn't. I thought you would have done that. You would just been like,
No, no.
um. Bronson says, sorry. Bronson says Chris Columbus was nervous to meet J.K. Rowling. He directed the first 2 films. He produced the third. Okay.
I
I
remember the
thought
other thing,
what?
J.K. Rowling. I remembered it when I read that comment.
Okay.
She has said a lot of things
Yes.
about
Yeah.
transgender people. And well, first, I mean, I feel like we're both in agreement. It's disgusting.
It's
J.K.
disgusting.
Rowling, regardless of whatever wonderful things she has brought to the world,
Yep.
her opinion on that is just disgusting.
It's
I think we
disgusting.
can all
It's
agree on that.
hateful.
But there's one thing like I don't know how you feel about this. Obviously, you are a Harry Potter fan.
Okay.
Around the time this all happened, so many people were hating on Harry Potter, like refusing to watch it, refusing to
I
buy the
know.
merchandise. To me, like, because there's probably the people that won't even watch this podcast because of that. To
And it might.
me, Harry Potter is at a is high. It's higher. It's above J.K. Rowling. It's become so much bigger than her.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I mean, I never stopped watching these movies. Like,
Mhm.
even like you said, I remember when she was coming out and speaking and talking about all this horrific, horrible stuff. And um, people were talking about, oh, I'm never gonna watch a Harry Potter movie again. I'm not gonna support this. I see it like this. Like you said, J.K. Rowling, even though she, she started all this with the first book, introducing us to these characters. She's such a small part of this world if you think about it. Like you said, like just a small part of it. You have all these wonderful actors, directors, writers, crew members, storytellers bringing these movies to life. That she is a small part of this compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
And when I think of Harry Potter, like I don't think of J.K. Rowling. Like, yeah, I think about her because she, the name is there. But I'm thinking about Daniel Radcliffe and I'm thinking about Emma Watson and Rupert Grant and all these actors that we talked about who have passed away who brought these characters to life. I'm thinking about Chris Columbus. I'm thinking about David Yates, who directed these movies. Like, there's so much more to this world than her.
Yeah.
And I mean, I will admit, like, I was nervous. Like, when all this came out, I was nervous to talk about Harry Potter on the channel. Not because I didn't love the movies, but because I didn't know, like, when it all first started, like how people would react. Like, obviously, I'm part of the LGBTQ plus community, but like, you could, there's trolls out there, and people can make comments, and you just never know. But yeah, I mean, the thing that it kills me about J.K. Rowling is when she first started saying this stuff. She was like, "Well, I have nothing against people. I have nothing against the the trans community. I have nothing against them. I'm sorry I said this." And then still today,
She
she'll
keeps
tweet
going
out
on about it.
something
Yeah.
and keeps going on about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
obviously you have a problem with this community and you don't like the trans community. Just flat out like, I mean, we know she's saying it by her tweets, but like, she's not. I don't know. It baffles my mind because she's writing these books and she's writing about characters that feel out of place, that sometimes feel alone, that eventually gain friendships, but like in the beginning of all this, feel alone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you? Why would you then, years later, come out and say all these hurtful things to a community of people that feel scared and feel alone out there? Like, they're trying to live their lives and enjoy and be who they are, and you're out there belittling them and saying these hateful comments. Like,
For sure.
it's
Uh,
horrible. Sorry,
did
I
you?
keep going on about it.
No, you're good. You're good. There was a video game that Warner Brothers put out last year called Hogwarts
uh
Legacy.
I heard
Uh,
about that.
yeah, and I don't know how much J.K. Rowling had to say in it,
Okay.
but they're one of the characters that you meet while you're playing the campaign as a bartender at
Uh-huh.
Hogsmeade,
Yeah.
and they made her and like she's a transgender woman. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and I thought it was
Awesome.
like she's arguably one of the best characters. She's like sassy and like witty and just talks shit and not afraid of everybody. Like it's just a great character. I
Yeah.
just thought it was like it was hilarious that they would just do that.
Yeah, that's
It's
funny.
great.
No, I didn't know that. So, but I
Yeah,
remember that game. That was a big thing.
yeah, the game
I've
was
also
phenomenal. It was so good.
And I also want to throw something out here. Like, if people are so dead set on rewatching these movies because of J.K. Rowling and what she has had to say, you know, I'm sorry, because Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grant, Emma Watson, all these actors and crew members have come out to support the trans community. So if you're not watching these movies because of J.K. Rowling, I'm sorry about that. That's your opinion. But look at the bigger picture. You have so many others who have come out and spoke against what J.K. Rowling has had to say. And J.K. Rowling is a bitter person towards them because they're not standing behind her. Like, she's come out and said, well, the TV show is going to be a better adaptation than the movies. I'm like, well, that's you, J.K. Rowling. Like, whatever. Like, come on. I don't know. I can go on and on. But yeah, I've always loved these movies, and we'll always love them. And there's so much more to the films than J.K. Rowling. And I love the books, like, because I love the characters. Like, I'm reading these books for the characters because I'm invested in them. So, anyway, well, that is it. That is it.
For sure, for sure. All right, wrap it up. Yep. So we will be back. Oh, what movies have you watched since we talked or since we had our last podcast? You've been watching
Mhm.
some horror movies a lot still.
I watched a lot of
Michael
what did I
Myers.
watch? I did watch a lot of Halloween. I did. I
We
wrapped
never
those
did our
up.
special. We never did our
We
special.
never do our we
R.I.P.
life gets busy. Life
Yep.
gets busy. Later on, we'll talk about the Halloween franchise. I did watch pretty much watched all those. It's funny, my opinions has changed on some of the movies where I rank them. Um, Halloween Ends, bless its heart. Like, I don't hate the movie, but I don't love the film. Like, I being a fanboy, like being a person who not even a fanboy, being a person who loves this franchise. Um, like I don't know. Halloween Ends, bless its heart. I watched today The Godfather, and I was in the mood. I was like, let's just watch this, and I want to rewatch the trilogy. Um, and that is a fantastic movie. Have you ever seen The Godfather?
I'm not actually. That's one that's on my list. A lot of people get
It
upset when I say that.
it's fantastic. Like, growing up, like, I didn't love it. Like, I was like, it's slow and didn't appreciate it as much as I do now. And I rewatched it today. I was like, this movie is amazing. I love this movie. I can now see why people love this movie so much. Um, it's fantastic. I'm looking forward to watching the others. I'm off work tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna pop in part 2 and part 3. You know, I have an offer you can't refuse. Um, I have watched a lot of other things. I'm trying to think what else I've watched. I have, like you said, watched a lot of horror movies, mostly the Halloween films to kind of like, I wanted to wrap that up and watch those. We watched Now You See Me 1 and 2.
Mhm.
I watched Shelby Oaks, Chris Stuckman's movie,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which I thought
That's
was
really nice alligators.
overall, uh, really liked it. Loved a lot of it. It wasn't until the very end of, like, the last 15 minutes where I was like, "It's not terrible, but it could be way better. And I know a lot of people are like hating on this movie, and I'm like, it's not that bad.
Mm.
Like, calm down, people. What have you been watching, sir?
Not as many things as you, I don't think. I watched obviously now ECB 1 and 2, and then I watched all of the Predator movies. I still haven't watched Prey, but I have seen that in the last year.
Mhm,
But I will watch that over the next few days.
mhm.
Um, I watched a rom-com called Maintenance Required.
I think you talked about it. What was
Yeah,
did you like it?
it was okay. It was kind of corny.
Yeah.
It had Madeline Besh or whatever from the Strangers franchise.
Nice.
And she's beautiful.
She is.
Um, it had a kind of a quirky like romance thing. Basically, it was like two car lovers that met on like a car forum, and they
Mhm,
agreed not to exchange like any identification or information or names even, and
mhm.
they kind of fell in love through talking about vehicles.
Yeah.
And then she inherited a mom and pop shop from her dad, who passed away, and he worked for like a big corporate like franchise car dealership place, and then the car dealership place that he worked for ended up buying a lot across the street from her car dealership, which was
Okay.
going to put her out of business. And then they found out about each other and blah 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 blah. It wasn't a bad watch. It wasn't like great. One of the biggest cringy things for me was there was a lot of like uh, car puns or sexual car puns, if that makes
Ah,
sense. And
okay.
it was weird.
Mhm.
Like when I think of like sexy, I don't think of like greasy women. I don't know.
No. No.
Like I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. I'll
And
have
then
to
also,
watch it.
like it would often portray her like working on a car. I don't know if you've ever worked on a car, but like when you work on a car,
I
you get
worked on one once.
you get covered in grease. Like your
Yeah.
clothes, your hands, your arms, everything. And there would be like multiple times she would work on a car and then come back and she would have like grease on her hands. But like she'd be wearing like white overalls and they'd be spotless.
Mm.
It's like it was just
You
yeah.
get your hands dirty. You definitely get your hands dirty.
Yeah.
I changed the tire. That I
Yeah.
did. My dad helped me. He taught me how to
Yeah.
do it. Would I remember how to do it now? No. But, I could be like that big brawny man out there
Yeah.
changing my tire. So, um, what was I gonna tell you? Oh gosh, so I'm watching the Godfather movies. Then every November, I have traditions. November is
Mhm.
traditional
I've
watches.
I've learned this.
You have learned this.
Yes.
Um, I love watching the Rocky movies in
Right.
November.
Well,
The first one takes place. There's a part where it takes place on Thanksgiving. So I love watching the Rocky movies. And then what do I? I have my traditional like planes, trains, and automobiles. Have you seen it? Oh my gosh, you will cry your eyes out with that movie. It is it's funny, it's hilarious, it's emotional. John Candy's in it. Steve Martin, like it'll tug at your heart. I don't know if you'll cry, but yeah, it'll tug at your heart. It'll just, a little tug. Um, Dutch, which is a Thanksgiving movie, grew up with that one. So we'll watch that. So I have my traditions in November that I love to
like I've
watch. And
never seen a picture of Steve Martin with like without gray hair.
I know, same. But oh my gosh, we need to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. You need to see it. You just need to see it to say that you've watched it. And
Like
then you
all
can
the
tell me.
all the pictures on Google with him with dark hair is like black and white photos.
I know. I know. So, real quick, we'll go through these with Bronson real quick. Bronson says, have you guys been to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Orlando? I have not, but I want to. And he says,
So
I've been there twice and had a blast both times.
this is my like literal dream vacation. I've wanted to go for as long as I can remember.
Yeah,
We almost went this year in October, but I ended up buying a new truck for my mowing business, so it's kind of
yeah,
priority. But I'm really, really, really hoping I can try to swing it next year.
that would be fun. And I want to go
Yeah, I
too.
want to go so bad.
Me too. I'm gonna go to the Harry Potter world. I want to drink
Yeah.
butterbeer, even if it's nasty. I just
Yeah.
want to try it. I want to try,
Even if it's nasty.
even if it's nasty. Um, Bronson says Daniel Radcliffe and Elijah Wood were mistaken for each other. Radcliffe was in Japan years ago. A fan gave him a photo of Elijah Wood to sign. He said, "I'm not Elijah Wood. Love Daniel Radcliffe."
That's funny.
Uh, and then Bronson, oh, thank you, Bronson. Bronson says, This was fun discussing the movies in the Wizarding World. Have a great evening, guys. Take care." Well, thank you so much, Bronson. I hope you had a wonderful time. We appreciate you.
For sure.
So, oh, and then one of my other November traditions is a movie called Staying Alive with John Travolta. And it's directed by Sylvester Stallone. And it's like a
Interesting.
kind of like a cool wintry vibe movie. And the film is a sequel to Saturday Night Fever. And John Travolta is trying to make it into the dance world and Broadway. And it's kind of like a Rocky movie where it's like you go from the bottom and you work your way to the top and you beat the odds. And the movie got panned in the 80s. No one really loved it except for moi, and maybe a rare few. There's a really epic soundtrack. And John Travolta, fun fact, this was the most fit that he was in a movie because Sylvester Stallone was like, "I want you fit for this, sir. And we're going to have you in a loincloth dancing around a stage." And he practically looked like he's lathered in baby oil half the time. I can show you
That's
a
how you
picture.
like it. That's how you like
You
it.
Well, I gotta tell you something. So my friends always laugh at me because I've said for the longest time, I was like, this movie's a great movie. It's not terrible. Like, stop. And then when I came out, 10, 11 years ago, my friend Brian was like, now we know why you loved it so much. And I was like, no, I was like, this movie's a great movie. He's like, sure, Justin. I'll show you a picture of him. John Travolta and Staying Alive. But yeah, they're convinced that it's a terrible movie and that I just liked it because John Travolta was hot in the film. And granted, yes, he was gorgeous, but I mean, there he is.
He does look super fit.
There's a whole
That's
document,
fun.
and Sylvester Stallone directed the movie.
Yeah. That's
Though
fun.
Sylvester doesn't talk about it. Wonder why. Wonder why Sylvester doesn't talk about this
I
movie
can't
anymore.
imagine Sylvester Stallone being like, "Man, I really want to make a movie about dancing." Just dancing.
And like John Travolta's like dancing around with like a loincloth and like shirtless half of the third act. Like I love I do love the film. I think personally it's a great movie. It is a great film. And I watch it every like November, like when it gets cold outside. It has like a cold vibe to it. But the ending of the movie is so funny because so after like he's like reached this like I've done it, I've succeeded. Um the final moment in the movie, like he's leaving the Broadway studio or the building, and like the main girl's like, Tony, what do you want to do now? What do you want to do? And he's like, I want to strut. And he goes outside and the BJ song Staying Alive comes on and he's just walking down New York like, yeah, I've succeeded. I've got this.
Nobody else in the world knows what the hell he got.
He's won. He won. He beat
Yeah.
the odds. He was
Yeah.
a dancer. He became a dancer.
Yeah.
He became a dancer. So, oh my
It's funny.
gosh. We might have to watch it, TJ. TJ's like, no.
I don't know. I'll never say never, but it's not high on my list.
You'll be like, Justin, sure, it's a great movie. Sure, you're like, wink, wink. It's like,
I can imagine. I'm just like, and then you're just over there like,
I'm like, I love this movie. Soundtrack's epic. John Travolta's hot. Like, yeah.
funny.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, this was fun. We had a good time. This was
For
fun.
sure, for sure.
So feels like it's been. I mean, I saw you Sunday. I did
Yeah.
see you Sunday, but sometimes it feels like it's been forever since
It was Saturday.
I've seen.
Saturday came over.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah,
Saw
Saturday.
you Saturday. Yeah, saw you Saturday. But it feels like it's been forever.
Yeah, we don't
I
see each
don't
other
know.
every day anymore.
I know, because you left me. You
Yeah.
left me behind. It's okay. It's all right. So,
It's coming 7 hours from now. I gotta get up. Oh.
do you work tomorrow?
Yep.
I'm off work tomorrow. Hallelujahs.
I've been
So
off the last 3 days though.
you had a good long weekend. So
Sunday, Monday,
it was
Tuesday.
nice.
Well, I mean, off. Worked on
Yeah.
college literally for 8 hours both yesterday and today.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh,
off
I
this,
do want to
first
mention
term.
you did go to Wicked Coffee Shop recently, though, like a
I
horror movie
did,
coffee shop.
yes. I was thinking of making like a slideshow and putting that on like a
You
short,
should.
something like that. Yeah, I thought maybe I don't know. Yeah, it was pretty
I
cool.
think
But
it,
yeah, I went to a me and my wife went to Indianapolis for a concert, and we went to a horror themed coffee shop. It was
Mhm.
really cool. Yep.
That's so neat. And you were like sending me pictures. I was like, I love this.
Yeah, and the
One day I'll
coffee was
go.
really good too.
That's so
It
neat.
was really good.
One image you showed me, you were like, "What is this movie from?" And I'm like, "Killer
Killer
Clowns
Clowns.
from Outer Space, sir.
Yep,
You have to watch this movie."
for sure.
Oh, but yeah. Anyway, well, it's been fun, everybody. Everybody who's tuned in, thank you so much. Bronson, shout out to you. Thanks for all the fun trivia. There's things I did not know, so I know we both appreciate that. So thank you, thank you. And then next episode, like you mentioned, we'll be talking about Predator Badlands, and now you see me, and now you don't. So excited. So. But TJ, any last words before we end this live
I
stream?
got nothing, man. Y'all have a great night.
Have a great night. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to like it. Like, give thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Much love to you all. Bye. And then